Hello, everyone. This interview was unique for me because I got to interview my husband, who just happens to be my principal. So, after visiting with my principal, he stated the first R of relationships is one that probably is never going to be enough because there's always going to be those individuals and groups in a community that relations can be improved on. He mentioned that caring and dedicated teachers that we have and how he feels like the teachers truly do care about their students and want to make school the best learning environment possible. They also take time to reach out to students on a personal level because of the many things they have to deal with. Our district is the second poorest in the state, so our kids have so much to overcome, and our teachers do their best to have compassion for that fact. And relationships among families is a little harder, especially with our social demographic. He feels like most teachers do a good part in the building relationships with families by reaching out and using ClassDojo or other social media to stay in contact. Our parent-teacher conferences had approximately a 95% attendance, and teachers reached out to those parents who were unable to attend. So as a school, we're consistently inviting parents to take part and be involved, like our upcoming Thanksgiving feast this next week and many other programs that are heavily attended. You could say this goes right into community. And much like my previous schools, the community identifies with the school. There are traditions like homecoming and Christmas, which incorporate students and the community members all together. And he talked about our focus communicating to the community the good things that we do, both on Twitter and Facebook. We're trying to build relationships with our community to keep our school at the forefront of their thoughts. Relevance, according to my principal, is going to always be one of the toughest, especially at the elementary level. So much of what we do in the early grades is foundational in nature. The relevance that we sell our students is that if you become accomplished at reading and math at our level, then you get to do fun projects and activities the older you get. I think young ones are just excited to learn. We have a focus on stating objectives in our classrooms to show students the purpose of the lessons, and our building has a science-only teacher who teaches STEM lessons that each day are related to real-world jobs and things the students find interesting. Our district is part of the Innovative Schools Coalition and does a great job of giving students opportunities to gain certifications and experiences that will benefit them in a career in college. Finally, our technology is average based on my previous jobs, and for this reason, I think we are just not quite a model institution for this yet. Having that responsive culture is what every principal strives for, and my principal is no different. He wants us all to be looking out for students to make sure that we are responsible for their whole being. Our leadership, particularly our superintendent, has helped to make our district more responsive than ever. We have an early learning center that is focused on seeking out those 4-year-olds who have a high need and working to get them ready for kindergarten. Our district climate is such that if you want to go visit other school or to gather new ideas, then they are supportive of that. We also have implemented daily PE for all grades, so we are meeting the needs and getting our students more active. MTSS reading is in its first year, and MTSS behavior is not far behind, so my principal believes that we are being responsive. It is just something that is long overdue. Finally, rigor, the one where my principal and I agree that we do okay, but there's a lot of room for improvement. We made growth mindset the focus this year to try and change the attitude among staff and students that we should face challenges head on and not worry about failure. We have a curriculum that is challenging for our students, but not always the follow through to really push our students to new levels. We have a lot of professional development, but not always the focus on how to really push our students in new and thought-provoking ways. Now to the question, what kind of leadership style does my principal have? I believe he's transformational. As a first-year principal, he strives to excite, inspire, and get people on board with new initiatives, as he has started with MTSS. He gives us teachers the ability to take ownership for our teams as we set up all of that. And we also are implementing the growth mindset model this year. He has given a bank of words to us teachers, and as a grade level, we get to choose a word and present it as a class to the school during our monthly Rise and Shine assembly that he has also implemented to encourage and build up our school culture. As for what 2 R's that need improvement, we visited about how we want to always find ways to grow in each area. But when we're not learning new ways, we're just not growing. However, we felt that relevance and rigor were the two areas that need our attention the most. Last year, our building state reading and math scores were both below the state's average. With this being the first year of MTSS implementation and the adoption of AimsWeb Plus, I feel that our teachers need more professional development so our students meet their learning goals. I would create an MTSS team of teachers that could shadow schools that have successful MTSS groups in progress, and they could see what works and what doesn't work firsthand, and then come back and share that and be supportive to the other teachers in our building. I feel that this would be extremely beneficial as we will be implementing the math and behavior interventions next year. I would give my staff opportunities to find ways to reach higher level of blooms with their students' learning. According to the PSEL standards of 2015, I would be addressing Standard 4, Curriculum Instruction and Assessment, under A, which is implementing coherent systems of curriculum instruction assessment that promote core values and high expectations. I'm currently on the student improvement team for our building, and I'm currently working with other members to improve the referral process so students are getting the support they are needing to be successful in the classroom. This falls under the PSEL Standard 5, Community of Care and Support of Students. This is under the A, build and maintain safe, caring school environment that meets the academic, social, and emotional needs of each student. My third and final area that I would address is finding and providing relevant professional development for my staff. I feel that staff needs additional learning experiences on how to interpret the AimsWeb data and how to use those results to help our students the best when breaking them into our MTSS groups. This falls under the PSEL Standard 6, Professional Capacity of School Personnel, under subsetting C, Professional Development and Skills of Staff. Thank you very much. I felt like I rambled. It was a lot to get through just with 5 minutes. Have a good week.